Hello, I'm Kimberlie Acosta. Welcome to the Native News Update on Friday, September 3rd. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at our website, IndianCountryNews.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. U.S. Representative John Salazar says the federal government should be responsible for covering the out-of-state tuition costs for Native American students at Fort Lewis College. Colorado has been paying the tuition of in-state and out-of-state Native American students at Fort Lewis College under a 1910 federal agreement. Salazar said that a bill he introduced would make the federal government responsible for covering the tuition of out-of-state students, while Colorado would continue to pay the in-state students. Salazar says he hopes the bill will pass sometime next year. The Native American totem pole that was commissioned to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the opening of Midtown Plaza in Rochester, New York, where it stood until 2008, now has a permanent new home outdoors at Monroe County's Seneca Park Zoo. Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks joined zoo officials and other dignitaries at the zoo to highlight the totem pole, where it now stands proudly at the entrance to the Rocky Coast exhibit. The totem pole was donated to the zoo from Midtown Rochester Properties. It was carved out of red cedar log in 1977 by two First Nation artists, Walter Harris and Art Stemp of the Gitxsan tribe from British Columbia, Canada. The totem pole references Rochester's history using Gitxsan clan symbols. Midtown, the first urban indoor mall in the U.S. when it opened in 1962, was closed in 2008 to make way for new development in downtown Rochester. Developers have won a federal grant for a Native American elders housing project in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A development planners say will provide much-needed housing. People who work with older American Indians who are poor are worried about the meager supply of housing for them in the Twin Cities. The developers say the $8 million project will help, but it will meet only a fraction of the overall needs for housing. The housing project will be built in Bloomington Avenue in South Minneapolis. Construction is expected to begin next spring. When finished, the development will contain one-bedroom apartments for elders 62 years and older. Long a destination for generations of American Indians, the neighborhood is home to American Indian Health Facility, a culture center, a school, and the Little Earth Housing Project. The fire department of the Yocha Dehe Wintun Nation has become the first Native American fire department to earn accreditation by the Commission on Fire Accreditation International. The accreditation is the result of 6 years of rigorous development, self-assessment, and peer evaluation of Yocha Dehe Fire Department administration, training, operational skills, documentation, equipment, and facilities. Commission on Fire's Accreditation International is recognized internationally as the model for critical assessment of fire and emergency services. Only 147 of the estimated 33,000 career and volunteer fire departments in the U.S. are CFAI accredited. U.S. Congressman Dan Boren announced the award of $235,000 grant for the construction of the Oklahoma Native American Business Enterprise Center, operated by the Rural Enterprises of Oklahoma. The grant was awarded by the U.S. Department of Commerce's Minority Business Development Agency and will be used to provide business assistance services to the Oklahoma Geographic Service Area directly to eligible Native American and minority-owned firms, with an emphasis on those firms with $500,000 or more in annual revenues and/or those eligible firms with rapid growth potential. It also will assist eligible Native American and minority-owned firms in assessing federal and non-federal contracting and financing opportunities. The Native American Youth and Family Center in Portland, Oregon is ready to soak up the sun. The center has just installed rooftop solar panels and says the new system of 428 panels is the second largest in the county. They anticipate it will save 15% in energy annually. Located on Northeast Columbia Boulevard, the center features a series of after-school and advocacy programs, as well as employment services, violence prevention, and foster care support programs. It says the panel system will move the center closer to the LEED certification and strengthen its student science and environmental programs. The center will hold a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new solar system on September 8th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. For more information, you can check out their website at nayapdx.org. Rene Haynes will conduct an opening casting opportunity for Crooked Arrows, an upcoming featured film, while she's in Aberdeen for the South Dakota Film Festival. The casting opportunity will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. September 12th at the Aberdeen Civic Theater. Crooked Arrows is the story of a contemporary Native American high school lacrosse team. It is scheduled to play in movie theaters nationwide next year. Haynes, a Hollywood casting director, is filling principal lead speaking roles. Sought are Native American teens and young adults, both male and female, between 16 and 23. Last year, Haynes was part of the casting team for Twilight Saga: New Moon and Twilight Saga: Eclipse. Her big break came from the casting extras for Dances with Wolves. For more information, you can visit southdakotafilmfestival.org. And that's the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and have a grand day.